Hey there, music lovers! It's great to have you here, ready to delve into the wonderful world of music. Learning an instrument like the guitar can be one of the most rewarding journeys you'll ever embark on. As you begin this exciting adventure, you'll quickly discover that music is built upon a foundation of chords. These chords are the backbone of countless songs, providing the harmonic structure that gives music its emotional depth. Think of them as the secret code that unlocks the magic of songwriting and musical arrangement. In this musical exploration, we'll break down the concept of chord progressions into bite-sized pieces, making it simple for beginners to grasp. Just like a writer uses words to tell a story, a musician uses chord progressions to convey feelings and create a captivating narrative through music. Grab your guitar, tune up, and let's dive into this exciting adventure together. Before we can dive into the magic of chord progressions, let's take a step back and understand what chords are in the first place. In the simplest terms, a chord is a group of 3 or more notes played together to create a harmonious sound. On the guitar, chords are formed by pressing down on specific strings on the fretboard and strumming across them. Each combination of pressed strings produces a different chord, and these chords are the foundation upon which melodies are built and songs are structured. Some chords sound bright and cheerful, while others evoke a sense of melancholy or drama. By combining different chords in a sequence, we create what's known as a chord progression, and this is where the real magic happens. Imagine you have a palette of different colors. Each color represents a chord. Just as you can mix and match colors to create a beautiful painting, you can arrange chords in various combinations to craft unique and expressive musical pieces. Now that we understand chords as the building blocks, let's explore how they interact with each other to create what we call a chord progression. A chord progression is simply a series of 2 or more chords played one after the other, creating a harmonic movement that forms the backbone of a song. Think of it like this. If a single chord is a word, then a chord progression is a sentence, expressing a complete musical thought. These progressions provide structure and movement to music. Just like a good story keeps you hooked with its twists and turns, a well-crafted progression takes the listener on an engaging journey, building tension and releasing it in satisfying ways. While the possibilities for chord progressions are endless, certain patterns have emerged as cornerstones of music across genres. One such example is the I-4-V progression, often referred to as the 1-4-5. This simple yet powerful progression uses the first, 4th, and 5th chords of a musical key. Another popular progression is the Vi-4-IV, often called the 6-4-1-5. The beauty of these common progressions is their versatility. They can be played in different keys, with different rhythms, and even with added embellishments to create a wide variety of musical styles. From rock anthems to tender ballads, these progressions provide a solid foundation upon which musicians can build their own unique sounds. Learning to recognize and play these common progressions will not only enhance your understanding of music theory, but also unlock a world of possibilities for your own playing. One of the most captivating aspects of chord progressions lies in their ability to evoke a wide range of emotions. The I-4-V progression, with its bright and cheerful character, often injects energy and optimism into songs. On the other hand, progressions like the Vi-4-IV, with their bittersweet undertones, are often employed to express longing, sadness, or a sense of reflection. The way these chords are arranged, the rhythm with which they are played, and the overall dynamics of the music all contribute to the final emotional impact. As you become more familiar with different chord progressions, you'll develop an intuitive understanding of how they shape the emotional narrative of music. The journey from understanding chords to crafting your own captivating chord progressions is an exciting one, filled with experimentation, discovery, and the joy of bringing your musical ideas to life. As you embark on this journey, don't be afraid to experiment and explore different chord combinations. Listen to your favorite songs with a keen ear, trying to identify the progressions used and analyze how they contribute to the overall feel of the music. You'll be amazed at how much you can learn by simply paying attention to the music around you. Embrace these resources, but remember that the most important ingredient in your musical growth is practice. Now, let's bring this all home to the guitar. For aspiring guitarists, understanding chord progressions is like having a map to navigate the vast landscape of music. The beauty of the guitar lies in its ability to produce a wide range of chords with relative ease. With just 6 strings and a few basic finger positions, you can access a universe of harmonic possibilities. Once you're comfortable with a few basic open chords, C, G, D, A, and E are great starting points. You can begin to explore their relationships within common chord progressions. With regular practice, your fingers will develop muscle memory, and you'll be able to switch between chords effortlessly, allowing the music to flow naturally. Let's begin with the granddaddy of them all, the I4V progression. In the key of C major, which is a great starting point for beginners, this translates to the chords C, F, G. Strum these chords one after the other, and you'll instantly recognize the familiar sound that has fueled countless rock and roll anthems, blues classics, and pop hits. The beauty of the I4V lies in its simplicity and versatility. By experimenting with different strumming patterns, adding 7th chords for a bluesier feel, or incorporating passing chords between the main 3, you can create a surprising array of sonic textures and moods. Grab your guitar and let's try it out. Strum a steady beat on each chord, focusing on clean transitions and a consistent rhythm. Now, let's shift gears and explore the V4IV progression, which adds a touch of melancholy and introspection to our musical palette. In the key of C major, this progression translates to AMFCG. Notice how the A minor chord, VI, introduces a darker, more complex flavor compared to the straightforward C major. This progression is often used to evoke feelings of longing, nostalgia, or a sense of reflection. On the guitar, the Vi4IV flows beautifully, allowing for smooth transitions between chords. As you become more comfortable, you can add your own embellishments, such as hammer-ons, pull-offs, or even incorporating sus chords to create a more nuanced and expressive sound. As you delve deeper into the world of chord progressions, you'll quickly realize that the possibilities are truly endless. One way to expand your chord vocabulary is to experiment with different chord inversions. An inversion simply means rearranging the order of notes within a chord. Another way to add depth and complexity to your progressions is to incorporate 7th chords. 7th chords add an extra note to the basic triad, creating a richer, more harmonically interesting sound. Don't be afraid to experiment with different chord substitutions as well. This simple substitution can dramatically alter the feel of the progression, adding a touch of melancholy or sophistication. Now that we've got a handle on the building blocks, let's have some fun exploring how these chord progressions have shaped some of the most iconic songs in music history. Take, for instance, the I4V progression. This simple yet powerful sequence has been a cornerstone of rock and roll since its inception. Think about the raw energy of Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good or the anthemic quality of Journey's Don't Stop Believin', both built on the foundation of the I4V. The Vi4IV progression, with its bittersweet undertones, has also left its mark on music history. Adele's heart-wrenching ballad Someone Like You tugs at the heartstrings with its poignant use of the Vi4IV, while Green Day's pop-punk anthem Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, uses the same progression to create a sense of nostalgic reflection. It's fascinating how a single chord progression can transcend genres. The I4V can sound bluesy and raw or bright and catchy in pop. The Vi4IV can be melancholic or rebellious with distorted guitars, perfect for a punk rock anthem. This shows the creativity of musicians. By experimenting with different techniques, artists make progressions their own. Notice how the same progressions vary across genres. Develop an ear for these variations, from melancholic to upbeat interpretations. One of the best ways to solidify your understanding of chord progressions is to deconstruct your favorite songs and identify the patterns at play. Put on your headphones, grab your guitar, and listen closely to the harmonic movement beneath the melody and lyrics. Start with songs that you already know and love. Can you hear the I-4V at work in that classic rock anthem? Do you recognize the bittersweet pull of the Vi-4IV in that heart-wrenching ballad? As you become more familiar with these progressions, you'll start to hear them everywhere, revealing the hidden architecture beneath the surface of the music. Don't be afraid to use online resources to help you along the way. Websites like Ultimate Guitar and Chordify offer chord charts for countless songs, allowing you to follow along and see the progressions in action. These resources can be invaluable tools for ear training and for expanding your chord vocabulary. The more you listen and analyze, the more intuitive your understanding of chord progressions will become. You'll begin to recognize how different progressions create different moods and emotions, and you'll be able to apply this knowledge to your own playing and songwriting. Section 4. Your musical fingerprint. Finding your sound. Music is about expressing yourself and finding your unique voice. Use common progressions as a springboard for creativity. Experiment, break the rules, and add your personal flair. Embrace your preferences. They shape your musical fingerprint. The journey of a musician is an ongoing exploration. We've explored the fascinating world of chord progressions, uncovered their emotional power, and even peeked behind the curtain of famous songs. But now comes the exciting part, putting all this knowledge into practice and watching your own musical journey unfold. Think of your practice space as your musical playground, a place where experimentation and exploration are not only encouraged but celebrated. It's here, in the quiet moments with your guitar, that you'll truly internalize the nuances of chord progressions and develop the fluidity to make them sing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're not failures, but rather stepping stones on your path to mastery. Remember, even the most accomplished guitarists started with wobbly chords and fumbled transitions. It's through consistent practice and a willingness to learn from those stumbles that you'll find your groove and develop your own unique style. Start by revisiting the basic progressions we discussed, the 1-4-5 and 6-4-1-5. Strum them slowly at first, focusing on clean transitions between each chord. Pay attention to the way your fingers move on the fretboard and aim for a smooth, effortless flow. Active listening is a powerful tool in your musical arsenal. Listen to your favorite songs and identify chord progressions. Recognize patterns like the 1-4-5 in rock or the 6-4-1-5 in ballads. Explore different genres to broaden your musical horizons. Active listening isn't passive, engage deeply with the music. As you become more comfortable with common chord progressions, don't be afraid to venture beyond the familiar and start experimenting with your own ideas. Remember, music is a language, and like any language, it allows for endless creativity and self-expression. Try altering the order of chords within a progression, substituting different chords, or adding your own unique embellishments. Experiment with different strumming patterns, rhythms, and dynamics to create contrasting moods and textures. Don't be afraid to break the rules and try something unexpected. Some of the most memorable and innovative music was born from a willingness to push boundaries and explore uncharted sonic territory. Your unique voice as a musician lies in those moments when you allow yourself to experiment, to take risks, and to trust your own musical instincts. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers when it comes to creativity. The most important thing is to enjoy the process of exploration and to let your musical personality shine through. So there you have it, music enthusiasts. We've journeyed together through the captivating world of chord progressions, those magical sequences that breathe life and emotion into music. From the raw power of the 1-4-5 to the bittersweet longing of the 6-4-1-5, we've explored how these harmonic building blocks shape the songs we know and love. Remember, this is just the beginning of your musical adventure. Like any craft worth mastering, playing the guitar and understanding music theory takes time, dedication, and a whole lot of passion. Embrace the journey, celebrate the small victories, and never be afraid to experiment and make the music your own. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of chord progressions, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more musical adventures. There's a whole universe of musical knowledge out there waiting to be explored, and I can't wait to share it with you. Now go forth, pick up your guitar, and let the music flow. Remember, the journey of 1,000 songs begins with a single chord. Until next time, keep strumming.